Good morning. It's great to see everybody. I don't know about you, but I've been running around a lot this morning, getting ready for this service, and I need to take a deep breath and just get centered. Would you do that with me? Let's do it. It is nice to be here together. So good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Reading's Sunday worship service. My name is Tirza Mason, and I'm a member of the worship arts team. My pronouns are she and her. We choose to share our pronouns because we know something. We know that people of all genders are holy, whole, and beloved. We welcome you here today as we join together to create a space where we nurture and explore individual spirituality, build a committed and loving community, and help heal our world. If this is your first time with us, we are so happy you have joined us. Please visit our webpage to learn more about our beloved community, where you can also connect with our staff. For those with us here in the sanctuary this morning, please speak with me or with Melissa, our Member Services Coordinator, after the service. And please join us in Fellowship Hall after the service for social hour. We are really pleased, and I am very excited to have Chaplain Shiloh Hoffman joining us today as our guest preacher. Shiloh, who uses the pronouns they, them, and theirs, was welcomed into preliminary fellowship in the Unitarian Universalist Association in September 2024. They received their Master's in Divinity from Meadville Lombard Theological School in 2024 and served as a ministerial intern at United First Parish Church in Quincy. Currently, Shiloh serves as a hospice chaplain with Hospice Services of Massachusetts. Shiloh is also a volunteer crisis counselor with the Trevor Project, a suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQIA+ young people. Shiloh enjoys hanging out with their wife and 2 cats in their spare time, baking and playing early 2000s video games. So, you gamers out there, check in with them. Welcome, Shiloh.
Good morning. Oh, it is so good to be with each and every one of you here in Reading. I bring greetings from New Bedford and the UU Church in Fairhaven. My name is Chaplain Shiloh Hoffman, and my pronouns are they, them, theirs. I am your guest preacher today, and it's an honor to be here with you to co-create worship in this beautiful space. Our call to worship this morning comes from the wisdom of Reverend Scott Taylor. May the light we kindle and the time we share anchor us to that inner flame, that sacred center, which helps us remember who we were before the world told us who it wanted us to be. May our time together clear the way for those memories and voices and friends that lead us back home. And as we light our chalice this morning with Unitarian Universalists across the globe, I invite you to call into your heart the flame you kindle this morning, the flame of truth, of community, of commitment to love and justice. Please join me now in reciting our chalice lighting words, which can be found on laminated sheets within the hymnals behind the pews. In the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment, we gather this day. May the flame we now kindle be to us a symbol of the holiness we seek. Each week we recite our children's affirmation as a reminder, hello friends, of the most important elements of who we are. Please join all of us in reciting these words.
Let's get everybody up here. Come on.
So good to meet all of you. Ready? We are the Unitarian Universalists, the Church of the open mind, the loving heart, and the helping hands.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. I invite us now to rise in body or spirit and sing our opening hymn, number 188 in your gray hymnal. Come, come, whoever you are. And we will sing this through 3 times.
Hi, everyone. It is time for all ages. So I welcome you up if you'd like to come hear a story. I'm going to pass you the book.
Come on up, friends. It's so good to be with all of you this morning. I wonder if you could show me with your thumbs, if you feel like it, how you're feeling today. Thumbs up for like, wow, it is an awesome day. I'm wicked excited. Sideways for like, I'm here, it's fine. Down for, ooh, it's not a good day. Sometimes people do up, down, left, right. BABA start. It is so good to be with all of you exactly as you are this morning. Oh, awesome, my friend. So usually we count with numbers, and trust me, there will be no math this morning. That would be really hard for me. But this morning we have a story where we're going to learn about a couple of numbers, and we are inviting you all to act with numbers, maybe instead of counting with numbers. So you're going to hear about the number 0. This is a book by Catherine Otoshi. And if you feel inspired by 0 as you learn about their story, feel free to kind of act it out. Embody 0. You'll also hear numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You'll hear lots of numbers. If you feel ultra excited about one of them, if you feel like one resonates with you, feel free to kind of get into character a little bit.
Zero was a big round number. When she looked at herself, she just saw a hole right in the center. Every day, she watched the numbers line up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She wanted to count 2. But how could a number worth nothing become something? 0 felt empty inside. She watched 1 having fun with the others. 1 was solid and strong, with bold strokes and square corners. 0 was big and round, with no corners at all. If I were like 1, then I could count 2, she thought. So she pushed and pulled, she stretched and straightened, she forced and flattened, and finally became 0. She sighed. Let's take a sigh. Becoming like 1 was too much of a stretch. 8 and 9 rolled into the scene. If you doubled yourself up, you'd be like me, said 8. So 0 twisted and turned and tried to be 8. Or you could be a 9 with a longer line, said 9. So 0 pinched and puckered to try to be 9. But 0 could only be 0. We're on our way to join the others. Come count with us, they said. 0 felt deflated. 8 and 9 were numbers of value. Of course they'd count. How could they know how she felt? 0 had a new thought. If she could impress the numbers, that would give her value. She'd leap, she'd soar, she'd sizzle and shine. She'd make a grand entrance and floor them all. 0 began to roll faster and faster and faster. Yes, she leaped, flying, soaring, rocketing. Right into 1, who knocked over 2, who fell into 3 and 4, who toppled 5 and 6, who crashed into, what's next? 7, 8, where they all ended up in a big pile on 9. All the numbers were bent out of shape. It's no use trying, sobbed 0. I'll never have value. I'll never be part of the count, she said. It's what's inside that counts most, pointed out 7. 0 looked at herself. But what if I don't have anything inside? Every number has value, said 7. Be open. You'll find your way. Suddenly, 0 saw herself in a new light. I'm not empty inside. I'm open. 0 rolled up to the numbers. I've thought of a new way for us to count even more, she said. Count more? Asked 4. Count us in, exclaimed 7. Lead the way, said 1. Everyone counts, the numbers shouted. 0 jumped in. Then she leaped up high and said, here's something new we can try. If we help each other soar, we can count even more. Let's count again, starting with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. What's next? 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. We do count more, they cheered. 0 in the numbers explored and had fun, bringing more value to everyone. And this time, when she looked at herself, she felt whole, right in her center. And that's the end.
Friends, I wonder if there have been times where you have ever felt kind of alone. Or if there are times, in your life where you felt a little bit empty inside. So we hope that 0's story inspires you to remember that we all matter, that what's at our center counts. And if we let what's at our center lead for us and for others, we create a beautiful world. I'm so happy to be here with you all. Thank you so much for sharing this story.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it, Shiloh. All right, so it is time for mixed age music. If you would like to come downstairs and sing some songs with me, we're going to make a song for Reverend Laura. She's not here today. And for our teachers. And if you would rather go to free play upstairs in Sawyer, you can do that too. Yeah. So let's go.
Justice, as you know your
we take time during our service to light our candles of community, peace, and justice. We light our red candle of community to signify our interconnection. Wherever you are in time and space, newcomer or longtime member, here in the sanctuary or joining us virtually, we light this candle holding you in love. As we light this candle, I invite you to speak aloud the name or names of people who are on your mind and heart today, to bring them fully into this space. Ernie. We light our blue candle of peace for all the places worldwide where people live with the threat of war and violence. This weekend, we recognize Memorial Day and hold in our hearts all those known and unknown to us lost to the violence of war. And we light our yellow candle of justice. May all people everywhere live their lives in freedom, and may we each do our part in the work for justice and liberation for all in our global community. As we recommit ourselves to the work of love and justice, may we each voice this commitment by saying, Amen.
This morning, let's come home to our center with a body prayer. And so if it feels comfortable for you, if it feels right, if you are willing and able, feel welcome to rise, or you can remain seated. So I will say the prayer and then show you movements that go along with the prayer. And we'll do that 3 times through, and I'll invite you to do that along with me. Holy One, may your love be in my head and heart. May your love be in my actions. May your love be in all I say and do. Amen. We'll do it twice more. Holy One, reaching arms up, may your love, hands on heart, be in my head, hands on head, and heart, hands on heart. May your love, hands on heart, be in my actions, holding your arms out. May your love, hands on heart, be in all I say, hands on chin, and do, hands outstretched. Amen. Now we'll go through and we'll do the motions without words, and the words can be in your heart. Amen. Feel welcome to be seated. Take a moment now and be still as we let the prayer settle in our hearts. Breathe an easy, slow breath. Greet your center, your core, the accumulation of your life's experiences. As we enter a time of silence, move love into the parts of you from your past. Move love into who you are today. Move love into who you will be. And in this love you give yourself, find a stillness.
If you have a joy or sorrow you would like to honor through lighting a silent candle, you are invited to come forward now.
Our reading this morning is a selection of words from the song Let God Lead by the incomparable singer and multi-instrumentalist Jean-Baptiste. Has anyone ever heard of him? Awesome. definitely recommend looking up this song when you get home and giving it a listen. We begin to succeed when the cares of our lives begin and end with the hurt of others. We begin to breathe when the wounds of others become relieved with the love of others. He who looks around to find who's in need has made the best investment as a human being. You know that he who looks around to find who's in need has made the best investment in his legacy. I say that love will never force. Love will never quit. Love ain't never lose, and love ain't never miss. Of all things lasted, here remains only 3. Money can't buy, only these will succeed. Faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. So here is a formula for a real hard situation. Just let God and let love lead the way. don't think I need to deliver the sermon. I think you all just did it. Wow. Source of all, to thee we raise our joyful hymn of praise. Wow. Songs like that make me think what a gift it is to be a part of this earth. That who I am, who each of us are, gets to be a part of this beautiful earth. I'm so glad to be with you all at what Gandalf the White called the turning of the tide in the Lord of the Rings series. These last few months have felt like the longest year on record. And this time impacts each of us differently and calls us each to act and to think and to advocate, to feel and to hope in different ways. You may be asking yourself, you may have been asking yourself, what will we do? What will become of the world? Do I have the wisdom and resilience to face 2025? I don't know about you, but I sometimes feel the well of my courage really drying up these days. I've found myself looking not to wisdom of old, but to the wisdom that's right in front of me for guidance and for courage these days. And over the last few months in particular, I've met some folks through my calling as a hospice chaplain who have really delivered a lot of that wisdom. And one patient in particular shared wisdom with me that I'd like to pass on to you. I asked this individual if I could share her wisdom with others, and she was characteristically very excited and wholeheartedly granted me permission to share. And she was like, as long as you share it from the pulpit, it's fine. Well, here we go. We'll call this person Joy. I had been visiting Joy for a few weeks up to this one particular visit. I arrived in her room at a nursing home, and she greeted me with her wide, cheeky grin. She lived on the window side of a shared room, and it was sun-dappled that day. There were dozens of magazine cutouts, carefully cut out, of birds and cats and butterflies, all hung on her walls that glowed in the sunlight. I sat down and we got to talking about many things. Her time as a Navy nurse and memories of her sister and parents. Joy lived with a form of dementia, and though there was much that she had forgotten, she held tightly to a series of core memories. That's often the way that dementia is. Your heart is like a chalkboard. And as you go on through your life, the memories of your life are written like words on a chalkboard, and dementia is sort of like a hand that wipes across the board. So there are times when those real core memories stick out, that hand couldn't quite erase. And Joy, soon after sharing a lot of these core memories, she started talking about her beloved stuffed animals, all cats. She had 2 companion cats named Olivia and Olivio, and a host of others lined up neatly on the side of her bed, all facing us, including the brown and tan Beanie Baby cat on the front of your order of service. All of us on Joy's care team seem certain about one thing, that to her these cats were real and alive. Joy tended to them lovingly and joked about them getting into all kinds of sassy antics with one another, and about her own solemn duty to care for her handful, what she called them. And of course, we all met Joy where she was in her relationship to her cats. But on this particular day, Joy took up a couple of her cats and held them in her arms and then placed them on her lap. And she said, "You know, Shiloh, sometimes I'm worried that people look in this room and think I'm crazy." Well, what makes you think that? I wondered. Joy, looking down at the cats in her lap, answered, "I think people see me in here with them," pointing to the cats, "and they think I'm crazy. And listen, I know these cats aren't real." I was like, "Wait, really?" All right. And then Joy kind of laughed. She's like, "You really thought that I thought that they were real?" How many nurses think that too? She added something as she pet one of her cats. "People all have to choose what to do with their time, with the time that they have left." Joy kissed the head of one of her cats. "And I've decided that I'm putting my love here into them." So here is a formula for a real hard situation. Just let God and let love lead the way. Joy knew something about real hard situations. She lived through a war. She cared for countless soldiers in the midst, literally, of gunfire and assisted in the births of many children. I'm not sure if Joy knew this later on in our time together, but during that visit that I spoke about, she knew that she had a disease that threatened to take away everything that made her who she was. And she knew, despite this devastating disease, she knew she was not empty in her center, like Zero discovered in our story. She knew what was at her center, and for Joy, and perhaps for all of us, that love that we know in many ways, that love is what is at our center. What would it be like to allow that love at the center to guide us? Joy teaches us that we don't have to look far, that love is in us, in our authentic, good, and imperfect selves. Indeed, at our core is an accumulation of wisdom, truth, and hard learning. Amen? This accumulation is what our ancestors celebrate. And our life experiences are where the values of our faith find their foothold in us. And even amidst our body of trepidation, especially in these times. For better or worse, everything that makes each of us who we are scaffolds our center, supports our center. Joy teaches that all that makes us who we are is a privilege to know, to remember, to perhaps retain, because someday we may not be able to access that anymore. And what would it be like if, like Joy, we let our center lead? I wonder how you might let the love at your center lead you. I wondered the same wholeheartedly after talking to Joy that day. And an answer came in a subsequent visit with her. Joy told me that she decided to give one of her cats away to a hospice nurse's son, actually the twin of the cat on your order of service. So there was two of him, and then there was one. Joy told me, literally told me, he likes animals and he needs a protector, and this cat can do that job. And later during that visit, Joy reached over and carefully picked up two gray Beanie Baby cats. And she said, "I trust you, Shiloh, and I would like to give these cats to you. I think it's their time to go. Would you take them?" So like I was a mess, right? And I told Joy that this means the world and that I don't feel comfortable just taking them, but I would pay it forward to someone and foster them in the meantime. And she wholeheartedly agreed to the offer and was kind of like, that's what I meant anyway. That's what I meant anyway. Later, I showed Joy a picture of these guys cuddling my own cats while they were in foster care. And Joy didn't remember them anymore. And even so, Joy's love, that holy anchor amidst our doubts and fears, persisted in them, in these little Beanie Babies, who have now found their new home with someone who really needed them. And now they get to do that same loving and protecting that Joy did. So letting love guide us doesn't have to look big. It doesn't have to have this like large scale impact. It doesn't get us on the cover of a newspaper, right? And it doesn't need an audience. It might mean deciding to say yes to an invitation to love. And so, here is Joy's invitation. Here's Joy's challenge to you, in case you don't have enough challenges nowadays. Not just for today, but for the next week and month, perhaps for the coming year. In the messy and scary moments, strive to remember and to honor what has made you who you are today. The good, the bad, the ugly, any of it, and the beautiful. And as you continue unfolding, let the love at your center lead your action and your resolve. It may become your legacy, as it has for Joy, who passed peacefully 2 days after the picture on the front of the order of service was taken. We remember her today. Do we accept her challenge then? To let love lead? Yes? Yes? That sounds good to me. And so, beloveds, may we approach the challenges of our time with the knowledge that this community, each of us here and our Unitarian Universalist neighbors outside these walls, count us as being worthy of love in the clear light of who we once were and who we will become. You are not alone. All that you are, your whole good and authentic self, is needed for you and your neighbors. May we let this love lead then. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
Was get to read the scripts before the service so we can prepare. And I used several Kleenexes, as I'm sure you did, and I just did again. I thought I was going to get all those tears out before I got to hear this sermon, but that didn't happen. What a treat, a blessing, a joy that Reverend Laura brought Shiloh to us for today. How wonderful. Thank you so much. Each Sunday, UUCR gives away half the money received in the collection plate to a nonprofit organization that shares our UU values. It's a simple yet powerful way for each of us to help heal the world. Our Share the Plate recipient for the month of May is Help Me Help Someone. It was nominated by Phyllis Healy. Thank you, Phyllis, for leading us to this wonderful program. Help Me Help Someone is an all-volunteer social network in Burlington that promotes and encourages kind and charitable deeds. It provides assistance without regard to to race, religion, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, disability, or immigration status. Things as mundane as a haircut, a ride to a job interview, old books, and kitchen utensils could mean the world to someone in need. Help Me Help Someone connects individuals who want to help other people in need, right in their own community. They also provide food packs for children experiencing food insecurity, comfort packs for foster youth in emergency placement, homeless youth, and victims of sexual assault, baby care packages for moms and babies experiencing homelessness or economic struggles, and dignity bags for individuals experiencing homelessness. Our congregation survives and thrives through the gifts of those who call this place their spiritual home. If you're here with us in the sanctuary, you may put your gift in the plate as it goes by. Otherwise, you can make a gift online or send a check. Please give as generously as you are willing or able to our Share the Plate offering to support Help Me Help Someone and the mission of UUCR. If this is your first time with us, let the plate pass you by. Your presence is gift enough.
Good morning. I'm Melissa Martin, your Member Services and Volunteer Coordinator, and my pronouns are she and her. In our congregational life this week, please be advised that the town of Reading has alerted us that beginning tomorrow at 7 a.m. in front of the church on Woburn Street, from Main Street to West Street, we will have a milling, grinding operation that's expected to take at least several days to complete, weather permitting. Delays, detours, and road closures are expected, so please be prepared for potential delays if you're heading to church for activities during the week, as construction will be occurring. Please see the newsletter for full details about this week's invitations to participate in our congregational life, but here are just a few. This morning, Ann Mark began graciously accepting books for the book drive on behalf of the nonprofit More Than Words. The donations will continue this week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, with the final donation drop-off next Sunday. So please see drop-off times and instructions in the newsletter. You can bring them to the back door of Soria House, which is right next door to church. The nearest entrance is either through the back parking lot, through the playground, or through the atrium, and they will gladly accept your books. Thank you, Anne. Our religious education program is proudly raising money for their T-shirt fundraiser for trans-led local nonprofit created by the First Parish Unitarian Universalist Church in Malden called the Pink Haven Coalition. They are working to keep trans adults and kids safe by providing them direct support, helping them relocate to safe states, and to receive access to health care. You can place your t-shirt order by using the online order form in the newsletter, or see Kimberly in the atrium today before the final day of ordering next Sunday. And thank you to our youngest congregants for helping to lead the way. Save the date for our May annual meeting of the members, which will take place in 2 weeks on Sunday the 18th. The governing board encourages all UCR members to exercise their membership rights and responsibilities by participating in our covenanted democratic process. As part of our community chapel series, this meeting will take place here in the sanctuary in place of our weekly worship service. You can watch your email today for the warrants to come out. For today, please join us for our casual Get to Know UUCR. We're going to actually have it right here in the sanctuary after service. This is going to be our final membership class for the year, where you get an opportunity to ask all of your questions, anything you'd like to know about UUCR, and get to know us better. Everyone of every age is welcome to stay for the FAQ session, and it will be less than an hour. And we're going to do that after everyone stops by social hour to get their beverages and treats, thanks to the Olivia Mason and Sillers families. On a related note, friends who have been asking but not yet officially signing the membership book are warmly invited to join us to connect about next steps in your membership journey and to help discern if UCR is your spiritual home. Please note that our final new member Sunday service for this year is Sunday, June 1st, and the deadline for participation is Monday, May 19th. Thank you to everyone who helped make today possible, especially Chaplain Shiloh, our worship and tech teams, our choir, our ushers, to Lorraine and Stephen Dennis for giving us their chancel quilt for this month. Special thanks for our chancel flower donation. They were lovingly donated in honor of Nikki Getz and her first anniversary after her heart attack, and for the continued health of all. Nikki, your recovery, resilience, and example have been a gift to your 4 little girls and to all who know you. Thank you for sharing this day with us, and may you feel all of our love always. Thank you all for being a vital part of our congregational life. And please now rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing our closing hymn. It's number 1028, The Fire of Commitment.
When the fire
Let us join in the words for extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Friends and beloveds in faith, may you go now into this world embracing and knowing all of you, your beauty, your pain, your grief, your joy, the times that are really hard and the times that are really good, and the way that they settle in us and make us who we are. May we bring our wholeness, our brokenness, and all that makes us this faith community, may we bring that into the world this day. Amen, and blessed be.